The FA Cup is back next weekend as sixth-tier side Kidderminster take on West Ham United as the Hammers travel up north to face Kidderminster Harriers at Agborough Stadium. Have I said that right?
Spot on.
Spot on, brilliant. There we go. This is the match preview for Kidderminster Harriers versus West Ham United. I'm joined by Shane from the non-league writer today, who is of course a Kidderminster fan. Shane, how are you doing?
Oh well, thanks yourself.
Yeah, good. Just as the occasion on a whole, how is it being taken from the Kidderminster side of things, of course being drawn against Premier League opposition?
It's a fantastic draw, really. You know, I think some of us were slightly disappointed when we pulled out Reading in the third round, so to get past them and then land a Premier League club at home has been absolutely fantastic. But we've not really been able to sort of look forward to it like you guys have, because between the third round and the fourth round, where you guys only played 3 games, we've had to play 7 games. We were playing Tuesday night, so it's only really from yesterday, really, where we've actually been able to get excited about the whole thing. But now we've got that Leamington game out the way, 3-0 win. We're very much excited about it now. We're counting down the days, to be honest.
Yeah. You've won 9 out of the last 10 games at home, so you're on a decent run and hoping, I presume, to cause the biggest upset of the round.
It'd be sound, would it? I'd argue that actually the big upset in history, full stop, end of story. 113 places between 5th place West Ham and ourselves. So for your viewers who don't know, we play in the National League North, which is step 2 of the non-league system, or Division 6 in old money. So it's a massive golfing class financially, in terms of on the pitch quality as well. But it's a cliche, isn't it? The magic of the cup, etc. But we've seen non-league teams defeat Premier League teams before. Sutton United against Burnley a few years ago, and of course, is it Sutton with Burnley? Anyway, yeah, Luton Town have done it. Obviously, Sutton did it when they, I think it was the 4th round a few years ago against Arsenal. So it's doable, but see the odds. I think the latest odds I've seen is 16-1. And to put that into context for your viewers, West Ham are 11-1 to win the whole thing. So it'd be one of the biggest shocks ever, even bigger than the ones that you always see, your Herefords and Commentaries and Suttons. This surely it'd have to be the biggest.
Yeah, I think so, and we are hoping for that extreme humiliation to politely be put to the side, because I mean I don't think I could stand people saying, "Oh, well, Kidderminster being there." It's it would be the ultimate glory for Kidderminster, probably the biggest moment in your history, and you know, whatever happens in the future, it will probably be this, and then for us probably our biggest low. But it is the magic of the FA Cup. Who knows what's going to happen? Run, Tommy, let's go. Jake, the Harriers score first, but we went 3-1. Good evening to everybody in the chat. Kent, hope you're keeping well. Pete, hope you are. Here's a question from Paul: where did the name Harriers come from?
That's a great question, because it's obviously one of the only, I think we're the only professional club with that moniker. So we are unique in that respect. But it's because the club were originally formed in the late 1800s, I think, as sort of an amalgamation of association football, as it was back then, rugby and athletics. And that Harriers moniker has just been kept really as a nod back to those early athletics, really. That's where I believe it comes from.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see who else we've got in the chat. Like, we're going to win 10-0. I don't quite think so, Pete. Not quite, but I like the optimism, for sure. Tony, hope you are keeping well. Kent says, I wish you all the best, Kidderminster, after Saturday. Yeah, I think most West Ham fans can second and third that, because you know we do want to have a good run at the cup this year, and you know when we never get any luck in cup draws. When we drew Kidderminster out, we thought that's probably, it could be the best and the worst team to pull out at the same time, because if they beat us, we're never going to hear the end of it. But if we do get past Kidderminster, then we're through to the 5th round, which is I'm sure you'll agree the most probable option. How much do you think the crowd are going to play a part on Saturday? Of course, because it'll be a sellout for Kidderminster, and we're taking about 1,500 fans, I think you've given us. So how much of the crowd going to give your players a boost on Saturday, do you think?
It's going to be massive, because not only be to tag, well, your guys are going to be used to such a compact stadium. We had years with COVID restrictions, TV cameras. It's quite ground when it's also, it's such a different experience for the players and for the fans that are travelling as well. So you're also used to being shepherded to your seat at Old Trafford and so on, and to come to a ground like ours where you'll be able to stand behind the goal and really generate an atmosphere. We use the word occasion all the time, but it's going to be a brilliant occasion. And one of your viewers said go first, and the Hammers, everybody for that.
Oh, I think we're losing your connection now. I think. Can you?
Enough. I mean, like that where we score, just like we saw with Chesterfield against Chelsea in the 3rd round. It's massive.
Yeah, and you use that word massive, of course. Of course, we did see the scenes of Kidderminster singing. Kidderminster sing "Kiddies are massive" everywhere we go, politely nicking our song, but it's fine. It's fine. We won't take offence to that at all. Oh, you're still there? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Key players for Kidderminster on Saturday. Any names we can look out for?
Creative license, I think they call it in the industry.
Can you still hear us? Shane, you there?
It's as funny as it. As funny as it sounds, the two, hasn't it?
Oh, I think we've lost Shane there. We'll try and get him back. Let's take some of your comments. Scott, hope you are well. Evening from the kitchen. Hope you are keeping well. We'll try and get Shane back. Not quite sure. I think we've lost connection there. Sharky, hope you are keeping well, my friend. Yeah, I mean, this game is definitely an occasion for Kidderminster fans, and the way we've got to look at it is we've got to get this done.
And our centre half.
I think we are losing. I think we are losing Shane there. We'll try and get him back. Don't want to come across as taking the people at Kidderminster to have any pro players. I mean they're in the National League North. Does that condone being a pro player? I'm not sure. But my general take on the game is let's take this comment. Jeremy says, "Hi Jay, good to be here. I hope we have no bananas this weekend." Yeah, that's the key thing. We just want to get past them. With all due respect, I hope it's a good occasion for them, but I just hope that they don't get anything good out of it in terms of result and moving on, because I think it's key we move on to the next round, into the 5th round of the FA Cup, and then it's in striking distance of the quarterfinals with another favourable draw, which we don't seem to get nowadays, but we are seeming to get them quite regularly now, it seems. I think think Shane's just jumping back in. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Unofficial if you're new. Whilst we try and get Shane back, check out our channel sponsors SRM Carver and Sun by clicking the link in the description down below. We'll be back hopefully with these technical difficulties done. Our fantastic channel sponsor here on West Ham Unofficial are SRM Carver and Son. SRM Carver and Son provides crushing, screening and aggregate recycling services across southern England. If you'd like to find out more information on SRM, please click the link in the description down below to check out more information on their website. Thank you very much to SRM Carver and Son for sponsoring West Ham Unofficial, and come on, you Irons. Shane, can you hear us? Oh. Oh dear, what a nightmare.
Got you loudly.
Oh yeah, there's just a couple of second delay there, but hopefully that's sorted. Do you think the Kidderminster fans are going into this thinking, this is just a free hit, let's have a right good go at them, and just seeing what happens and hoping it's a good day?
Yep, 100%. You've summed it up there. Let's be realistic. The pieces of the puzzle that are going to have to fall into place for us to take it to extra time, get a scrappy 1-0 win. It's, they say lightning doesn't strike twice. Lightning would probably have to strike 3 or 4 times, if we're brutally honest. But it's a chance. It's our first time on terrestrial TV. It's, as you say, it's a free hit. It's we didn't think we'd get this far. You could probably hear to me. I'm lost for words. It is, as you say, a free hit. Anything can happen, and just like we said, against Grimsby Town, league above us, Halifax Town, league above us, Reading Championship, and now yourselves. All we can realistically ask is that the boys go as well as they've been doing this, and just do TV. And if we get beat 4-5-0, then everyone will turn around and say, well, of course they were going to get beat like that. You're the 5th best team in the country at this very moment in time. If we keep it tight at this 1-0, then that's just going to make us look even better. So it's just a free hit. It could be a once in a lifetime experience for some of these players as well.
Well, definitely, yeah. Let's take some comments. I believe Carl's a Kidderminster fan, says all the players are full time. There we go. I'll be disappointed if we don't score more than 5 goals. To be fair, we aren't going shark. We will be watching it from the living room this week. Carl says we won't park the bus, so that scoreline is a reality. So will you back Carl up there, Shane, by saying there'll be no parking the bus going on and you'll just want to go for it?
Absolutely. Everybody has the preconceptions about non-league, don't they? Rightly or wrongly. But people like ourselves, who obviously Harriers fans, we know the non-league system. We're entrenched in it for years. We try and play football. We do. We try to be progressive. Don't get me wrong. We can mix it up. We can be, as directors, we can be easy on the eye. But the one thing that most of us know deep down is that Russ Penn, our manager, Jimmy O'Connor, our assistant, they'll send the lads out and they'll say, play your game. And we'll...
Yeah.
That may not work. We may try to go toe-to-toe and get absolutely pulverised, but you know what? I don't think we'll mind that because it means we've stuck to our core principles that we have as a club, as a team, doing what we know we can do. And then, obviously, a far superior team on the day. Well, you can't do anything about that. They shake your hand and enjoy the experience.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take some of your comments then. Of course, there's a bit of history, Shane, in this fixture back in '94. You actually turned us over.
Other way around in West Ham, it was West Ham were the ones who ended our, at the time, record run, the first non-league team to reach the 5th round. Well, as you say, plenty of history. We turned over, as you suggested there, Birmingham City, who at the time had, I believe, your directors now, Dave Messrs. Gold, Sullivan and Mrs. Brady were the Birmingham directors. So I'm sure they'll be enjoying a return all these years on. And of course, the gaffer, David Moyes, the centre-back for Preston North End at the time, also turned over on the Agra turf. So I'm sure he's looking forward to coming back to a very different Agra, let's be honest. But as we say, it's a great narrative in it. It's 2 weeks. I think I worked it out the other night, and it's 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, it'd be 28 years to the day. So yeah, it's a nice little narrative. But let's face it, the world's changed in 28 years. The game has changed unrecognisably. So it's, as we say, it's a nice piece of narrative that connects the two clubs. But we can't take we can't take anything from that.
Yeah. Let's take some more of your comments. Be a good atmosphere there. It certainly will. Carl says he's going. He was here in '94 as a 12-year-old. There we go. Amari Morgan Smith can be dangerous for Kidderminster, says Trevor. Shane, is he one of your key players, do you think, for Saturday?
Yep, absolutely. Amari Morgan Smith's our striker is a bit of a target man, but he's got himself 9 goals so far this season. He's a physical presence up top for sure, and a lot of the play goes through him because of how we set up. We tend to employ a 4-2-3-1. And behind him we have Amari Sterling James, who I'll come on to later, Sam Austin and Ashley Hemmings. So that front four is a unit. And it works well. Like it does come through AMS, Amari Morgan Smith, and it's a bit of a slow start to the season. He started finding the back of the net, and his confidence is flowing. So yeah, absolutely. Amari will be one of our key players for sure.
Yeah. Pete says, I'm only saying the score like that because that's what we did. Chelsea and Liverpool can't remember the scores now, but they were high scoring matches. Yeah, if we are going to stay up here, we need to be knocking off these sides and knocking them off by a great deal. Kiddy, a massive yeah. I'm sure you'll hear that chant as we discussed earlier on from both stands
Exactly.
on Saturday. But yeah, we love it. It's brilliant. That was taken. When the video actually came out, West Ham fans went fair play, but then when we drew you, it was like, oh, this is brilliant. It's like two massive clubs coming up against each other. It is brilliant. Pete says, for once we're not the underdogs, so kiddies will go for it. They have nothing to lose. Joshua says, looking forward to this one. Hopefully we can do a professional job, but I can see a potential shock. I mean, we have got a banana skin in us. Kent will correct me in the chat. Was it Oxford a few years ago? We lost like 4-0 in the Carabao Cup. Yeah, and especially in the yeah, I know, especially in the light of us not signing any players this January. I think it will be a weakened side for sure. Wasn't Lee Chapman married to Leslie Ash? I don't know, Carl. I don't know. Early goal
before both of our time, I think there.
I think so. Yeah, early goal be nice just to put because if Kidderminster score first, what's going to happen. The crowd are going to come up, and you never know what could happen in the FA Cup. But Oliver says if we don't win this by 6 clear goals, it will be shameful. I think it will be 4-0. Carl says David Moyes played for Preston North End when we beat them 1-0 in the 4th round in '94. Andrew says last time we went there, I remember Kidderminster putting up a temporary stand. Good day out. Met some really nice people from there. There we go. Questioner from Charlie, he says, hi Shane, will you be wearing your coat on Saturday? Is this some sort of in joke?
Absolutely. It's a few years ago. I'm still surprised it's existing, but it's an away trip. Obviously, you may know yourself. You set out quite early in the morning when it's a little bit on the colder side, and then it just so happened that day I stuck a certain coat on, and by the time we get to the ground about 2 o'clock, it's about 20 degrees outside. But it was a classic. It's easier to take it off than to not have it at all. Day we won 6-1, it became a little bit of a thing among certain members of the fan base. Back in 2016-17, I think it was. First game in the National League North, the 6-1 win away at Curzon Ashton.
There we go. Mandy says 2-0 Kidderminster. Mandy, is that a genuine prediction, or is that a bit reverse psychology, as we like to see? You know, reverse psychology. Is it? Are you predicting that and then saying West Ham are going to win? Let us know. Harriers a running club. Yeah, I had a West Ham fan contact me saying they're part of this Harriers running club, but they're a West Ham fan, so they're kind of in the middle, which is which is quite funny. But this fixture makes me feel old. What does the stadium hold, Shay? Because I think we've been given 1,500, 1,600 tickets. How many will be rammed in there on Saturday?
Well, the Reading game was a sellout, and the official attendance on that was 5,178. We did used to be able to hold up to 6,500, but as I alluded to earlier, see COVID protocols, the red zones, TV cameras, and we've had to, because we used to be famous for our food, all that we were inside the concourses, but there's a little bit of a disagreement. That's no longer the case, so we've had to just employ some burger vans, which has taken up a couple of hundred standing spaces in each corner. So what used to be about 6.5 we're now down to probably about 5,500 as a rough estimate.
Right. Mandy says, yeah. Mandy says, I think we will play a very weak team and get caught. I could see us playing a very weak team. I don't quite think we're going to get caught, though. Kent says 2-1 West Ham, very tight game. They're behaving badly. Pete says, in my opinion, I think West Ham will mainly sit back, let you come on to us, then nick the ball and hit you on the break. We'll have to wait and see. So run us through some key players for Kidderminster then we should look out for. Give us 3 key players for Saturday, Shane.
Because I'll cheat and use one that we've already discussed, Amari Morgan-Smith, but stand out by a country mile. Geraldo Bejrami, he'll be the imposing number 16, who should hopefully be starting as centre-back. What a player he is. He's released from Birmingham City in the summer after a couple of championship appearances. He came in on trial, absolutely blown away, and definitively doesn't get beaten very often. Man of the match actually against Reading, but he's also got a fantastic ability to bring the ball out of defence and thread the ball, play the balls through like you'd expect your creative midfielders to. Bejrami, I don't think any realistic Harriers fan thought we still have him as we speak now on the 3rd of February. But somehow, some way, we have. And Bej, as we call him, or G, he's going to reach the top. He's already proven he can play against championship opposition. He's made championship appearances. He's left for game time. We've given him that. Honestly, the ceiling on Geraldo Bejrami's potential is as high as you want to set it. And the third person I'll mention is somebody I think might have put the fear of God into Alan Irvine and Stuart Pearce, who have been watching the last 2 or 3 games, and that's Amari Sterling-James. You may have seen some of the free kicks going round since you've drawn us. That is what Amari Sterling-James does. 20 yards as it was on Tuesday night, 35 as it was against York on the 22nd of January. Anywhere within 40 yards, there's a direct free kick. You can bet your bottom dollar Amari Sterling-James is going to have a crack, and he's not going to be far away. He's a tricky winger, pacey, strong, and a dead ball specialist. So I'm told that Alan Irvine was at that York game a couple of weeks ago when OSJ scored a backing free kick from 35 yards, and he's apparently seen noting it down and applauding. So I'm sure that'll be fed back to David Moyes and the defenders. Don't give anything away because you may well get punished.
Well, considering there's a very high chance that we will have Mark Noble in our midfield, who likes a good old-fashioned lunging in tackle, does not go happy readings for West Ham fans. But we will have to wait and see. Peter comes on to what I was going to say next about the pitch. What can we expect if it's a wet day? do you think that the pitch conditions could play into Kidderminster's favour? Perhaps when we've got players like Saeed Benrahma who are foreign players that haven't probably played on pitches like non-league pitches. Is it going to be remotely bad? Do you think the pitch conditions?
Not a chance. See, 20 years ago, absolutely, it would have been a leveller. But with the way the non-league game is now, even in our league, you've got multiple former football league clubs, full-time clubs. As I alluded to earlier, with the style of play that we play, we like to get the ball down. It's the pitch isn't going to be a problem. The pitch, if anything, will actually suit West Ham in trying to get the ball down and play with the likes of Benrahma, as you said. Thomas Souček, if he plays, Yarmolenko, I've seen, has been linked with the start. So it'll be a pitch that will be conducive to a good game of football between two sides who want to get it down. And obviously for the Harriers fans watching, if we do get some of the players like Souček, Yarmolenko, Benrahma, it'll be an opportunity for them to show just how good they are. Obviously, we're back off your winter break. I want to try and force herself into David Moyes' reckoning for the running as you try and get Champions League. So obviously it's not a bad place to start pressing your claims for games of the Premier League, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, because we played Stockport in the third round of the FA Cup last year, and it was chucking it down with rain, and the pitch was atrocious. There was almost big puddles on the pitch, and our exotic players, I suppose you could say, really struggled on that. So Carl says here, mild, and the pitch is best in the league, which is probably better reading for West Ham than it is Kidderminster. But it's home turf, and nobody knows what will happen. Speak French? I do speak French, but only a little bit from school. I know that's talk in France and then West Ham fans, but not much else. As long as it's not bad as Stockport, we'll be right. Exactly, Andrew. Exactly. You will see a lot of West Ham fringe players. You mentioned Andre Yarmolenko. I'm not his biggest fan. We have a laugh and joke about that because at Stockport last year, he just didn't want to get anywhere near puddles, and he was just like, yeah, this isn't for me. Get me back on the carpet. Get me back on the carpet in the London Stadium. But start Vlasic up front. Yeah, you can expect players like Vlasic. Ashby on the right hand side might be in with a chance of starting, our youngster. Just those fringe players. Noble will start. As I said earlier on, we'll just have to wait and see. Carl says we try and keep the ball on the deck. The groundsman knows this. Let's scroll up on the comments. Though probably cold.
Absolutely.
Probably cold and damp and windy on a terrible pitch. See, here he comes. Look, so come on you Harriers. So Chris, I mean, we were going to do a quiz where I was going to come through, and beat you. But the excuse was that you're doing a show at that time. Oh, you're chickening out. Can't see all of these comments. You wait till we play you next week, because last time it was 1, 2, 3, 4-1 to West Ham. So, I mean, it's not good reading for Leicester, is it? Not good reading at all. Carl says, bear in mind, West Ham bear in mind, West Ham haven't played for 2 weeks. We've played Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday. You've nicked our excuse, Carl. That's what we usually say after these breaks. Oh, well, we haven't played for 2 weeks. But yeah, completely nicking our excuse there. That's for sure. They beat Reading at home 2-1. Well, exactly. That's proving, Reading are only a division below us, so they've proven they can do it. I just hope your Hammers fans don't smash up our pub. I can't give any guarantees, but I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised. Sharky says, what do you make of Declan Rice as a player? And I'll just add on to that, Shane. If he does get on the pitch on Saturday, I'm sure that your players will be thankful of, no offence, having the pleasure of playing with a near world-class footballer.
I think they tell the same thing, really. I don't get to watch as much Premier League football as I perhaps could or should. So you get into games all the time, and I'm usually flat out by the time match of the day comes on, I'm honest. But it's clearly a world-class team, isn't it? I was doing a few profiles for the match day programme for Saturday, and it's easy to forget just how much Declan Rice has done at such a young age. You know, he's made his debut, 2016, 17, young kid. He's made the amount of appearances he's had. He's been linked with all the big money moves. England, it's fair to say, neutrally, it probably has been a meteoric rise, hasn't it, for Declan Rice? He's had to get himself into the team. He's comfortable as centre half or centre mid. He's, as we say, full England international, England regular. He's a world class player, destined to go far. And you know, if you're Mark Carrington, who's one of our midfielders at the end of his career, or if he's because who's at the other start, you have to test yourself against the likes of Rice. And you brought up Mark Noble earlier. Who, you know, he's Mr. West Ham, isn't he? Really, may not be as mobile or as good as he was in his peak, but we've got to remember we're talking about a guy in Mark Noble who's one of only 10 players to 500 appearances for your club. The first to do that 300 times in the Premier League, and you don't do that if you're not top class, do you? So even though he might just be a fringe player now, the service he's given to your club and the standards he's had to keep to for so many years to do that, you can only learn from watching him playing with and against those players, surely.
Yeah, yeah. Carl says, is Noble going to play? There's more chance. I mean, I don't know what David Moyes is planning. He might go out full strength. I doubt it, but he might go, a bit of both, a mix and match, or he might go completely weak. I would guess Noble's probably going to play. And somebody put on Instagram earlier on, it's 18 years, a month and 2 days Mark Noble has been at West Ham, and I think he's only had 1 or 2 loan spells gone out. So for a good 17 and a half years, I think it is, he's actually or 80, whatever it is, he's actually been at West Ham. He is Mr. West Ham, and his West Ham playing career will come to an end at the end of the season. But this would suit him. This pitch, just the whole vibe. I think this game would suit Mark Noble, but not as much as the fact that you've got a player that's like a National League North version of James Ward-Prowse, because he likes to tackle, as we said earlier on. He definitely likes a tackle. Pete says Yarmolenko is the type of player, if he has the ball and comes across the puddle, he's likely to stop and get a fishing rod out. Yeah, he don't like rain, he don't like wind, he don't like the cold. He likes it to be hot, exotic, and a carpet of a pitch like it is at the London Stadium, for sure. Good comment here from Peter. Peter says Masuaku is bound to start some losses on the cards. As you can see, Shane, we haven't got much faith in our string players. I think that's the way of putting it. Moyes will play Rice or Souček alongside Mark Noble. I agree. He'll go Noble and either Rice or Souček. Which one, I don't know. But let's start wrapping things up. Shane, I'm going to ask you for your score prediction. What are you going for?
I'm going to say the same thing I said to the Red podcast I did pre-match there. Against all the odds, Harriers will play. Hopefully Lightning can strike again and I can get another one correct.
Definitely. I think it.
Yeah.
I think
2-1 and Morris Sterling James to get a free kick.
2-1 to Kidderminster with that free kick. Be brave, Shane. I mean, that would certainly be the highlight of Kidderminster's whole existence, I'm sure. Carl says, have a great day, whoever is going. Enjoy the game on BBC for the rest. Yeah, we are going to sit this one out and watch it on the BBC. Kiddy, a massive Carl, thank you very much for coming in. Of course, we will be live on the build-up on the match day, so feel free to subscribe to the channel. And when we talk about Kidderminster again, just before the game and after the game, happy to come on and put some comments in. Would be greatly appreciated. If Crowell gets no game time on Saturday, then it's madness. Yeah, I agree as well, to be honest. JJ, hope you're keeping well. 3-1 to West Ham, said Andrew. Get your predictions in. Going 6-0 to the Mighty Hammers. I'm gonna go 3-1. I think Kidderminster might scare us, and and score an early goal. But I think our class will shine through in the end, and I think we'll get a goal from Noble. I think might score from the penalty spot because Yarmolenko likes to get a penalty, and Souček to score as well if he plays. I think Krell's suffering with long COVID. He was affecting his lungs. Yeah, I agree. It's live on TV at 12 midday. Final question then: how big is it for Kidderminster to have it on? The BBC, everybody can watch it. The amount of cameras that's going to be at Agborough is definitely going to be a massive help to the club financially.
Yeah, it was. I was at the game Tuesday night, and we'd already set up some of the temporary gantries, and it was just mental walking past them. Really, it's massive. It's terrestrial debut. We had a couple of games on BT Sport when we were back in the National League, and we've had a game on the BBC Red Button a few years ago in the qualifying rounds. But this is the first time we've probably been on BBC or ITV live. So straight away, that's huge. But yeah, the game, just like our two clubs, we go, it is out.
Definitely, just think money. Exactly, yeah, just think money. Carl says, even being a biased, passionate Harriers fan, I can't go 2-1 Kiddy. 3-1 West Ham. I'll take that. Give us a go. Yeah, you know what? We will give you a go as long as we get the 3 points. That will be fine. JJ says,
I'll take that.
Cool. JJ says, I do agree with you, Jake. I do think Kidderminster will score first, but it'll end up being a comfy win for us. To be honest with you, hope Kidderminster get a dream draw and make money from the return game at the Olympic Stadium. I think Mandy, it's they're not doing replays due to COVID and fixture congestion, so it will be finished and it will be done.
No replays.
On Saturday, no replays, which you're probably not very happy about, Shane, but it is what it is. Sharky says 4-1 to the Hammers. Dawson scoring fast. Would love a Craig Dawson bullet header, just like at Stockport. Paul Cal, if Diop plays, you'll definitely score a goal. As you can see, Shane, the general vibe is we haven't got too much faith in our fringe players. But any other final thoughts that you'd like to say about Kidderminster in the game before we wrap things up, Shane?
I'm just going to address Mandy's point on the replay. Obviously, you said about the congestion, everything. I mean, we could have. He'll probably help us more than you because we've played 7 times since the third round. So I think we're due a midweek off. But no, seriously, it's going to be a great occasion, a once in a generation game, and hopefully we do ourselves proud. And if we can create some more moments from a Harriers perspective, it'll be absolutely fantastic. But none of us ever thought anything like this had happened this season, really. So it's a roller coaster we're riding it, but it's been a thrill while we've been there. And if we have to end it against West Ham United, then what better team to? There's not many better teams to end it against, given that you are currently, as we speak, the 5th best team in the country, and you're going for Champions League football. So now I think it's a good way to close that book for now.
Yeah, I do like that. That's perfect. The 5th best team in the country. I like that slogan, and you've used that a couple of times, and I rate that. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Are you going, Jake? We are going to be sitting this one out. We have honoured to have West Ham play at Agborough, and let's hope that it's not too much of a thrashing. Let's hope it's not too much of a thrashing for your fans. I hope we win, of course, but hopefully it's not too humiliating. But I'm sure whatever the result is, it will be a fantastic day for Kidderminster. Shane, I'd like to thank you for coming on tonight, and a slight little bit of good luck for Saturday, but a full bank of good luck for after Saturday. Hope you enjoy the game as much as you can without enjoying the result.
It's been a pleasure, Jake, and of course the same to you, and safe travels to all the Hammers coming up. It's I'm sure we'll make one for the atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. There will be. I'm sure West Ham fans are collecting together a few banter chants to sing at the Kidderminster fans. But I can assure you it will all be done in good spirits, because we are looking forward to because it's another ground for people to tick off their list, which is fantastic for them as well. Do you have no faith in our French players? I'll tell you what, nobody's got much faith in our French players. My prediction before we go, I think I said earlier on, was 3-1 to West Ham. So hopefully we can get the result. And thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Unofficial if you're new. Thanks to the Kidderminster fans. We have we're laughing Premiership. You're having a laugh. Wow. Wow. I am sure we will hear that. And thank you to the Kidderminster fans who've come in the chat tonight. Carl, especially, for your input, and Shane. From me, come on you Irons, the magic of the FA Cup. We will be back with a matchday build-up show at 11:15. 15 minutes before the lineup is out, to give a match day build up and the whole vibe on match day before the 4th round tie. Shane, once again, thank you very much for coming on. Thanks to everybody in the chat, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.